to this evening late night. And the heater just went off, so you should be able to hear me just fine. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse today. I was up pretty early today. I've been busy. I'm surprised I'm even still awake right now. But some days are like that, you know. I guess it's this new moon. I just got riled up full energy, right? So if you did see the moon out there, it's waxing right now, and then you can see Venus, I believe. Um, the Saturn I wasn't able to see, so I don't know if it's still supposed to be visible right now with the crescent on the waxing, but I definitely saw with Venus, and it was very large actually. But then, of course, once I got back home, it was like the surrounding trees. I wasn't able to see it, so you might have to go somewhere where it's clear. It's gonna start heating up. It was like sweating weather like the last couple days where I'm at, and it's going to be that again in the week. Swan Grace. All right. You collective who glides across the waters of my soul. Bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Okay, yeah. Swans are just a naturally graceful animal, are they not? But then there's also the story of the ugly duckling, right? Who, nobody really expected to transform into a beautiful swan, right? So give yourself grace if for some reason you're just not there yet. You know what I mean? Just like, this could use a little tweaking, that could use a little tweaking. You know what? People be tweaking that shit for their whole fucking lives. Okay, so, if one day you miraculously get the magic formula, great. But just saying, it's like a lifelong pursuit. Okay, so you might be really close. I'm just saying. What do they say? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades or something. But I mean, if you know what I mean? Like, if you got your bills paid, your kids went to school today, you know what I mean? Like, like you're doing pretty good, right? Okay, sea turtle protection. You are a master of finding life's flow, be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Yeah, going with the flow, right? Not against the flow, right? Don't be this is the sea turtle, not the salmon, right? Um, by the way, if you are spawning, wrap it up, folks, because you don't want to be hooked into 18 years of and beyond with, I'm just saying. And I'm not saying God's precious little miracles aren't little miracles and are wonderful to have in our lives. I'm just saying. Because there's karmics that want to rope you into things, right? Okay. So, and that's a little bit too much with the flow, right? Oh, just go with the flow. Don't ever rock the boat. Don't ever stand up for yourself and say no, right? Well, the turtle has a shell too to protect it from ignorance and stupidity, right? And tourists saying, hey, right? Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Yeah. Don't let anybody treat you as if you're a tourist, right? In your own life, right? You're kind of like, did the stupid train just drop you off because what are you doing here? You might be kind of needing to say that to somebody. Or I don't know what kind of ride you thought we were going to go on here, but this ain't the one, you know? Sea turtles are also very, can reach like 100 years old, right? I mean, they can, they can be very wise, all of this stuff, okay? Hello from Florida. It's very interesting. I went to a show tonight, and the person entertaining us told a story about um, being down in Florida and doing some karaoke. So, Florida, if you are into karaoke, maybe this message is for you today. Hi from North Dakota, Josh Killen says. Hummingbird miracles. Yeah, if only you believe. There's that Starship song, right? Miracles. Okay. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Yeah. Like today, I woke up, I was so motivated, you guys. I got like my planting done this morning. I got my tomato plants, purchased, all this kind of stuff. Um, Sometimes it's like that miracle of life really puts the wind in our little sails, and then we can become the little hummingbirds that we are, saying, okay, I'm busy doing this, now I'm busy doing that. Like, life's good, life's cool, right? So, if you've been struggling with manifestations lately, try to just manifest on some of the simple things, okay? All right, let's do one more. So we have grace, protection, and miracles. Raccoon inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Okay. It kind of, that line on this oracle card always kind of bothers me, but I think I understand what they're trying to say now, is because like raccoons can be known to like get into the garbage, get into trouble, poking around maybe where they're not supposed to be, right? So it's saying here, decide what you really want. Do you really want to be poking around the garbage, or like, it might be part of a necessity as a raccoon, right? Wherever that raccoon's living at, right? But is that the goal, right? And you could be like, well, I have to do this because X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, sure. But if you want to be doing this, then what are the other things that maybe you're missing out on, right? So, yeah. That's where it's like, yes, you may have many roles, but you may need to narrow the focus, is the message that I am getting there. Okay. So let's go forward and do, I guess I'll use the Pulp Tarot today. Hello, beautiful butterfly. Message retracted. Florida 70. Did you retract it, or did YouTube say you have to retract it? I'm kind of curious now. Right? But yeah, I mean, if it's not like automatically PG, YouTube pretty much flags it, and then I won't be able to see it anyway. So, well, that's good for you, Florida 70, but I don't know anything about you now, do I? So, is it really a match? Or is that a one way unrequited? Okay. So, sometimes it happens in tarot. We come to tarot because there's things that are unsaid, unrequited. Yeah, letters I've written never meaning to send. Okay, but sometimes we do send them. Right? We do get it out, let it out there, and then it's like you just gotta let the chips fall, right? You can't live your life on maybes because still at the end of the day, indecision is a decision. All right, the Six of Wands. So gracefully strolling in. Okay, so you might be celebrating some kind of victory, actually. Maybe you have a graduation coming up. Maybe there's like you have the prom coming up or something. You want to look good. You know, or formal or something going on. Um, again, give yourself some grace. Or especially like if you're doing like wedding season or whatever, and you're like, oh, I gotta look good for this. I gotta look, you know what I mean? So this is big celebration, blah, blah, blah. Again, you're gonna probably look at yourself as a work in progress still, even if you hit certain steps in your goal, whereas somebody else is gonna look at you and be like, oh my God. Like maybe you lost a lot of weight. Maybe all of a sudden you went from a going nowhere to job to like a kind of one of those kind of jobs, you know what I mean, type stuff. um so there's going to be some built-in celebration with that, and don't turn away from it is the message I'm getting. Step into it and give yourself grace to kind of grow into it as well. Okay. All right. Yeah. Become the little swan that you can be. Right? Did you guys ever see that movie Black Swan? Right? And it's about her doing the swan lake, and the black swan's like, yeah, like all weird and creepy. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, even getting through those things, that's something to celebrate, right? It's kind of like those horror movies where it's like they find the thing and then they defeat the thing, and then at the end the town returns to semi-normal, right? Okay, so again, wear those badges of honor, right? It's not a battle wound. It's not even almost a battle scar. Yeah, did you guys just, I don't know if y'all just saw that. Anyway, it's not a battle wound. It's more like a badge of honor. Okay. And yeah. So you're like, man, you must be one tough mutter to you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Two of Wands. Interesting. I was saying this earlier, but collective, you may be like closing your circle a little bit with this protection thing with the sea turtle as well. Where it's like, it's not that you don't want to explore possibilities, but you're going to explore it within like a little safety zone or safety sphere or whatever. It's just kind of, and he's holding this like sphere in his hands as well. Okay, so I guess the message for that is like, don't be nervous about moving forward, especially if you know that this is a protected and safe zone. You know what I mean? Like, and you should be able to tell, like, vibrationally, like, when you're around, some people don't like going out. Like, I was out in public earlier this evening, around a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that, right? Because the energy of other people, right? If you're not grounded, that can be very difficult, right? But this is going to be one of those things where it's like, you might be out of your element, but you're still in your comfort zone because you're around like a crew of people or something of this nature. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Knight of Cups, very interesting. I was getting the Knight of Cups in one of my previous reads. Um all right. So, yeah. So basically this is saying that if you perhaps have given up on the miracle of love, that you should not. Okay? Because it's like, yeah, every day can be a miracle, right? Um, and this is reminding me of that one movie. If you know, you know, because the dude within the bear cop outfit. Anyway, it was a very disturbing movie for me. Um, which that like film production house, all of the movies of theirs that I've watched, it was like, you know, some movies you turn it off and you just don't ever think about it again. It was like the next day I was still thinking about this movie, like, mm, you know. So this could be something that has lingered around for a while, for lack of a better term, collective, with this Knight of Cups. I don't know if he got lost, but he's coming now. Okay, and he wants to tell you something. All right, so I definitely feel like that is a masculine energy. You could be that masculine energy, collective, if you are this Knight of Cups. Okay, saying, "Yep, I'm ready for love. Here I am." It didn't work out. These 50 other times, right? Whatever. You know what I mean? And it's almost funny too. Like, you know, you ever know folks that just like they just keep getting married? It's like, man, now there's somebody that actually believes in love. I mean, some of that's arrangements, right? But you know what I mean? It's like they have faith in something, right? Or else they wouldn't still be doing it, I guess. I don't know. And then there's some folks that get married like they're changing their freaking underwear. You know what I mean? Like it don't matter to them. Like whatever, whoever, right? Like your room's over there. So, a collective, this I'm not saying it's gonna work out, but I guess keep an open mind. Ace of Swords, yeah. So the truth is gonna come out. This person has, I heard, desperately been wanting to speak with you. They might even want to talk to you about some kind of literal invention that you have going on, or something that you're working on. I don't know. And they might be coming in to be like, I want to manage this and this for you, and this is going to work out, and blah, blah, blah. And they're just very, like, in that same celebratory mood. Okay, that was coming out at the beginning. Okay. Um, so I feel like they're kind of coming to like just scoop it up, is what I'm seeing, but it's like they're cutting through the fat at the same time because of things that have maybe not gotten divulged until whenever this energy gets to you. Okay, so you may be considering this a timeless message whenever this message reaches you. Okay. Alrighty. We're right at about 20 minutes. I feel like that's about enough for this message for me tonight. I don't want to overdo it, you guys. Yeah. So I may check in later tomorrow. I am not super certain, but I did want to kind of get this one out. Today I was just really, like I said, really busy today. So this is the first that I'm getting back to it. So pardon my yawn. Anyway, please do like the video. Be kind to others in the chat if you have been in the chat today. And until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.